Welcome back to Lara Academy. Today we're going to take a look at the Blade template system and how we can use variables within our functions and pass them to the template system to display to our users. I've gone ahead and created a default Laravel 5 installation, and nothing else has been done except for the setup. Let's go ahead and switch over to Sublime and take a look at this Blade file. Underneath Resources, Views, you can see we have a welcome.blade.php. As you can see, our Blade file is just made up of regular HTML code. If we go ahead and change something, such as add this exclamation mark, and save it, refresh our project, the change happens immediately as the template is compiled. So what this means is that we can add any HTML, any styles or style sheets, as well as any scripts to our Blade files, and Laravel will compile it down and display it to the user. So if we write this little script here, and we refresh our page, we will receive this JavaScript alert, hello world. So by default, Laravel comes with a welcome Blade file, but we're going to go ahead and let's create our own Blade file. So let's switch over to Sublime Text and load up our routes.php. And this is something we'll cover later on. So you can see here we are returning a view for welcome, and this is our welcome.blade.php. Just remember that anytime you say return view or refer to the view, it's in Resources, Views. So in this case, this welcome is actually welcome.blade.php. Laravel will automatically trim the blade.php for us, so we don't have to put that in. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and let's create a new folder inside our views called Testing. And inside the Testing folder, let's create a new file. Let's call this hello.blade.php. And with this hello.blade.php, let's just give it some basic HTML content. So we'll also include a heading, and let's give it a body. And for now, let's just use a heading 1 tag with hello there. Let's give this a save. And over in our routes.php, instead of saying return view welcome, we need to go into testing and use hello. So we'll say testing.hello. And just remember, we don't need the .blade.php as Laravel will put this on the end for us. Go ahead and save that and refresh our route, and you can see we have hello there. Now if for some reason you can't get used to the dot syntax, just remember that this is actually a slash. So it's testing/hello, and if we refresh, we get the exact same result. Now that we have our own little Blade file, let's take a quick look at variables and how we can get them into Blade. So in this route, let's go ahead and create our first variable. Let's call it website. Now Laravel offers quite a few different ways to get this variable into our Blade file. One of the ways that you'll see a lot is using the compact function. This compact function takes a variable or multiple variables and will allow us to use this variable website in our Blade file. So compact is automatically going to create a variable called website for us. Now to access this in Blade, let's switch over to our hello.blade.php, and we will just make a new paragraph, and we'll say our website is, and then we'll have our website variable. Anytime that Laravel finds two curly braces, it will try and parse the information in between the braces into PHP. In Blade, anytime you use the double curly braces, statements will be automatically sent through PHP's HTML entities function so that the variable is encoded correctly. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like on our web page. And there you have it. You can see that our website variable is being passed through. Now once in a while you may want to send in raw data. For instance, let's say we write a script tag, so we'll say script alert, and we'll just have our website here. Let's end off our script tag and clean up our quotes. And in Blade, if we were to leave this as is, you can see that everything's encoded. However, if we switch back, we have a single curly brace with double exclamation marks. This variable will now be left alone and spit out in raw. You can see that the script tag is rendered and we get the alert. So depending on what you're doing, that can be very useful. But let's just change it back to the escaped version, and let's talk about some different ways that we can pass the variable back. So we have the compact, but we also have the with function. So we could say with and then our Blade variable website, and then our PHP variable website as well. And to just make this a little bit different, let's add a B in front of this for Blade, so we'll say B underscore, and that will be left alone for website. So if we switch over to our hello, we'll make sure we're using our Blade variable. Let's give it a save and a refresh, and you can see we have our website again. Another method that we can use with the with function is instead of passing two parameters, we can say with. In this case, we'll use B website, and now we'll give it the PHP variable. So again, it's with followed by the Blade variable and then the PHP variable that we want to assign. Inside hello.blade.php, instead of saying B website, we'll have to say B underscore website. The reason we need a underscore in this case is because we have a capital followed by a capital. Laravel will automatically interpret that and add a underscore in between the two capital letters for us. So the final method that I wanted to show you in sharing data to the view is by passing an array where the keys are the Blade variable and the values are the PHP variable itself. This is the one that I use most often, as I believe it keeps it very clean, especially when handling multiple variables. So in this case, we'll just say date equals date in year, month, day, and if we were to pass this into our Blade, all we need to do is add another key along with the variable itself. So you can see it keeps it very clean and very readable. Now, I've kind of shown you a bunch of different methods here, and it's up to you to choose which one. We'll just go over them quickly. So we have our return view with our compact function, where we just pass in the variables that we're going to use. So in this case, we have the website as well as the date. So that will make a website and date variable for us. And the next one we looked at is, actually let me fix that there. So the next one we looked at is the view using the with function. So we could say with the variable name in Blade followed by the variable name in PHP. And by using the with function, you can also chain them together. And the final option that we looked at is using with and then the variable name, passing within the brackets the PHP parameter. So again, just to recap, we can pass a view with an array as well as the compact function or using the with functions. As you can see, there are multiple ways where you can pass the data to the view in Laravel. It will be up to you to pick the best and to pick which ones fit your standards.